So guys, out of all the recent features we've gotten with the version 12 spring update, the auto hands-free feature has to be one of the very top. Now I know there are other features just as high on the list as well, like the full screen visualizations, the new map, and the auto park features. These are all really amazing things to come with this update. But realistically, on a day-to-day usage, there is no better feature than the auto trunk update. Now keep in mind, this is not something from personal preference. This is taking into consideration all the people around me that have just recently received this update. From families to friends to my neighbors, they are all saying that this is the star of this update and the car is no longer the same just because of this single feature. Now also keeping into consideration, about 90% of the people around me that are Tesla owners all are not enthusiasts like you and I. They don't use full self-driving, they don't use autopilot, they don't use any of the special features that we may think most people do. So to sum it up, these are the people that pretty much represent my wife. She doesn't care about the performance, she doesn't care about anything other than the fact that it is just an EV and that it is smooth. I've recently asked my wife what she thinks the best feature of a Tesla is, and kid me not, she said that the headlight looks cute and that there is Spotify built in. So I think that the majority of people that we do think drive Teslas are on the same boat as her. These are practically the people that get blown away over anything, and this update is exactly one of them. Now normally I would disagree because I think that what makes Tesla stand out is the fact that they can do a lot of things that other companies cannot. Things like the full self-driving development, the auto park feature, and summon, those are things that no other company can properly do. But then there are also very simple things such as a smooth UI, gaming, and a proper browser. These are also things that no other car manufacturer is able to produce as of right now. So this is exactly what makes Tesla stand out in my own opinion, but then I am not the majority of the people out there. So I think this is where things have changed around a lot for Tesla. They have been focusing too much on the technology aspect of the car, catering to a lot of you and I's, but now they are doing a full 180 and starting to put the convenience features and all those features that the regular owners really enjoy. So now, being as unbiased as I can, even though I love Tesla to its core, there are a lot of features that are missing from Tesla vehicles when comparing it to any other. These are the features that a lot of people just like your wife or my wife really consider to be important. Things that are basic in practically every car built in 2024 now, which is heated seats, cooled seats, 120 volt outlet, and maybe a heads-up display. These are things that are really considered convenience and comfort when buying a new car. So now, instead of making up all the reasons why we don't need these features in our car, Tesla has decided to make a 180 and put all these convenience features in, making it one really beautiful product. With the introduction of the Model 3 Highland, they have changed up so many aspects from the interior to the exterior of the car. You will see now that we have a much more aggressive design front to back, and on the very inside you will see the bulk of the differences. Now we have features such as ambient lighting, we have cooled seats, we have a rear display, a much quieter cabin interior design. Things are just so much better overall compared to any of the other products. Now of course, as things goes on and there are future iterations of this car and future software updates, we are sure to see a ton of more convenience features coming in the next little while. But one thing is for sure, Tesla is now focusing on all the markets that they have not been focusing for all these years. Alright, so now this is where the hands-free feature comes in, and this is one of the best features out there I've heard of so far. We're not exactly sure why it took this long for Tesla to incorporate it into this car, but now they have done so, and there are a lot of different models that will be receiving it, but then there are some that are left out. Now worry not, because I do think this is all possible with the current technology that is in those older models as well. We'll be discussing this in a few moments here, but let's run down what the auto hands-free feature is able to do. So this feature here is something that you can use on a daily basis. It doesn't doesn't have to be those Costco runs. It can be practically any single time you walk up to the back of your car and you stay there for a few seconds and the trunk will automatically lift up. This is a feature that I can see myself using every single day. It's not specific to anything that I may need that I couldn't have done before, but one thing I really dislike about the feature before having to hit that button is my hand gets really dirty each and every single time, and I'd have to wipe it on my pants or my shirt, and this is where all the unnecessary work comes in. And now I have to clean my hands, clean my shirt, clean my pants, and then also have to clean the button from time to time. Now with the introduction of this new feature, part of the spring update, I can see the eventual elimination of this button altogether, with the failsafe being on the inside of the car. This will make it much easier and remove a lot of unnecessary components from the trunk itself. So there you can see it. If I am excited about this, imagine all the people there just as excited as my wife. She is going to fall in love with this feature with any upcoming Tesla that comes out. Every single one is going to have this incorporated, built right in when you take delivery of it. But now here's the thing, they have only made this available to the newer cars, the new Model 3 Highland as well as the 2021 Model S and X and above. This is due to the ultra wideband chip that is available inside of these cars, where it was not present in any of the others. Now this ultra wideband chip is very similar to the Bluetooth module, however it does work in proximity much closer to the car than the Bluetooth range itself. It is able to detect down to 3.9 inches of accuracy, meaning that it's able to know exactly where you are around the car at any given time. Added to all this, it is a lot more reliable for the passive key entry system that Tesla has implemented, as well as being a ton more efficient than what Bluetooth is, so it should essentially give you a bit more range overall with the car. However, with that being said, it doesn't necessarily mean that with the older cars and the Bluetooth module that this exact method will not work. There is a ton of other vehicles on the market right now that uses the exact same implementation, and they do rely on Bluetooth, and it still works perfectly each and every single time. Tesla can incorporate two systems into this, one being Tesla Vision and the other being the distance of Bluetooth. First off, the Bluetooth range can go down to an accuracy of 1 meter, so that means that the car can essentially detect where you are roughly around the vehicle. At this point, when the Bluetooth key is detected around the car, Tesla can activate their Tesla Vision system with all 8 cameras around the car detecting where you are, and eventually with all the data being provided, they will be able to see if you are further away from the trunk or closer to the trunk and turn on this feature similar to what ultra wideband can do. And of course, with the added benefits of having the neural net and additional data training, they can precisely tell how far and how close you are to the car, removing all of those false positives and only opening the trunk when you are just right where you should be. So ultimately, this feature is definitely possible with the older hardware in older vehicles. Tesla just needs some additional data training and additional workaround, and this is where it should be able to perform the exact same function as some of the newer ones with the ultra widebands. All it takes is just some additional manpower and some priority to this specific feature, and they'll eventually be able to roll this off to everyone as well. Keep in mind that this is not the first time that Tesla has provided a retrofit or an upgrade to the trunk system. They've recently and still currently offer the power liftgate and the power trunk that's available in all of the Model 3s and Ys. So this is not impossible, and it may be even easier than the current retrofit that they are offering. All it takes is a couple lines of codes being changed and additional testing outside of the current progress of full self-driving. For all of you that feel left out and bummed out about this, stay positive, because there is a very high chance that this will be possible with your car coming in a later software update. So yeah, fingers crossed for all of that, and I will definitely be keeping you as updated as possible. If this thing ever drops, I will be having a video or I will be posting it on Twitter as quickly as possible for you to let you know that this best feature ever for the convenience of all of us is finally available for every single car they are offering. So this should wrap it up for this video. I know it isn't exactly what you were hoping for being the title of this video, but hopefully I will be pushing out another one with the word confirmed right in there, and this is when you know you can go ahead and update and get the very best upgrade. Anyways, this should be it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is John once again. Peace out.